Wine. Did you think her father is someone else? Do you now consider me a whore too? Wine. And so what if she is? You left me. It's my choice, whatever I do with my life. Who the hell are you to question? The pain in her chest at his behavior was no bigger than the pain seeing him in that state. The Jungkook she knew had his head up high in the sky, with might and power riding his shoulders. This Jungkook looked so weak, someone who had been killing himself slowly. So what if he left her, or fell out of love? Her love for him was real. He was her only love. She looked back down at her baby, who started crying in her arms. It was within that moment he left the room, leaving his traces behind her, to cry all over again. Wine, I love you, but it can never compare to the hate I have for you. After 2 days, Wine was allowed to go back home. Being a single mother was not easy, especially at the starting days when she was having difficulty in taking care of herself. It was hard to take care of her own child at that time. She named her baby girl Mia. She was struggling with her food when the doorbell rang. Just a simple thing was too painful for her, going all the way to attend the door while she was hardly keeping herself on her feet. However, she managed to reach the door holding the wall with one hand and opened the door to find a lady standing there. Why? Who is it? Lady, I'm Sophia. You just had a child, I was told. I'm sent to take care of you and the home for the meantime. Why? Who sent you? She asked, even if she knew who it could be. Sophia, Mr. John. Why? Thank you for coming here, Miss Sophia, but please relay my message to Mr. John that I can take care of myself. Sophia, please take this, she said while extending a note towards Wine, who took it and read through it. I'm not doing you any favor. If you want to reject, then do it. But think about the baby once. If something happens to you, who'll take care of her? A wave of rage washed through her. Who did he think of himself using her child like this? She shook her head and was about to close the door when she felt a strong headache kicking in. And thanks to Sophia, she was able to balance on her feet, or she might have hit her head somewhere severely. Sophia, you are not okay. Please let me help. As much as Wine wanted to throw her out, she couldn't be rude towards an innocent, along with the fact Jungkook was right. She let Sophia help her in. She had a surgery, which was making it even more difficult for her. She winced in pain, almost tearing up due to fatigue. She allowed Sophia to stay with her, promising herself to pay Jungkook back for it later, when she would be able to work without any pain all over again. It had been few days, she was finally feeling much better. She went out to kitchen and found Sophia cooking some rice. Wine and Sophia formed a good understanding relationship. They could even be called as good friends at this point. Wine. Are we not running out of grocery? Sophia. We have been getting the grocery timely. Wine. What do you mean? Sophia. A man comes and drops the grocery time to time. We even received them today. She said, pointing at the bags on the floor, which she hadn't even opened yet. The sight made Wine really angry as she started to pick up those bags. Wine. Who told you to accept them? Sophia. What are you doing? They're heavy, please. You should not bend. She tried to stop Wine, who was too angry to listen to her. But things never worked her way when she winced in pain and let go of the staff. Sophia helped her sit and she hated herself for being this weak. Wine. Please distribute them to poor or take them home or whatever. I don't want to keep or eat it. I have enough resources to get myself and you a three times meal. Sophia. Wine, look at your condition. Instead of healing, you're ruining your health more and more daily due to this stress and anger. I think we really need to go to doctor now. Stop postponing your appointments. Wine, I'm fine. She was grateful to Sophia for being this kind. She heard Mia cries, and Sophia brought her to Wine. Wine certainly got busy with Mia and looked at Sophia, who was fiddling fingers looking nervous as ever. Wine, what happened? She asked softly as she sighed, putting Mia back in her bed, and stepped out of the room to not disturb her. Sophia, Mr. John sent me a message that he is coming at 7 p.m. Then you say she was ruining her health due to stress and anger? Wine, why can't he just leave me alone, like he did back then? Sophia, for how long will you avoid him? He is powerful, Wine. We can't do anything against him. Wine dug her face in her hands and her eyes teared up, wanting to just disappear. Wine, I loved him, Sophia. I really did. And every time he's in front of me, I feel like he's taking advantage of my love. I feel like he's laughing at me. Sophia sat beside her and tried to calm her down. A few hours passed by, and finally, the doorbell rang, and all of them knew who it was. Sophia opened the door, and Vine stayed on the couch, holding Mia in her arms tightly. In no way she was going to let her out of her sight. Jungkook came in, unarmed, clad in casual dressing, to decrease his intimidation level by some degrees. If there was one thing that could still make her smile, it was her daughter, who looked at her with a beautiful smile and her tiny face flying around. She didn't even spare Jungkook a glance when he took a seat on the couch beside hers. Ryan, he called her, to which he was blessed with no reaction. Ryan, how does it feel loving someone powerful? So when things go wrong, you can't even protect yourself. It was a bullet wound against his heart, which only beats in her presence. The rib cage around his heart tightened, it scrapped, even more when he looked at his innocent daughter, who almost died at his hands. Jungkook, I won't take much of your time. I'm here because I believe you deserve to know the truth. I'm not going to use my force against you anymore. But this time, just this time, let me explain. One, let's say you had a valid reason to do everything you did to me, she said as she looked at him, and he never wanted her to look at him the way she did then, with angry, tear filled eyes. One, let's say you give me reasons and they make me forgive you. So what? What about me? Everything me and my daughter went through, is it for nothing? Do you want me to end everything as if they were nothing and get back to you happily? He shook his head and hung it low, unable to look in those eyes, spitting hatred. Jungkook, your pain is not for nothing, but you deserve better. Wine, and that better is you? It was like venom against her tongue. How she never talked to him before this way. Jungkook, no. I told you, I won't force anything. The decision will be yours. Mia let out a little sound, and their whole attention went on her. It was that beautiful smile appeared on Vian's lips, who hugged her, kissing her cheeks. Jungkook's hands burned on their own, with the desire to hold his daughter at least once. But he knew he needed to wait. Wait till he won her again. To be continued.